Hey everybody, hope you all had a good weekend. It's Sunday, so we had the weekly close on Bitcoin, which is awesome. Looks like we had a really strong week. So let's take a look and see what's going on here. So there are a couple of ways how this can play out, right? So we could have your first wave here, and this is still a potential, right? You could have completed 4, you could still actually be doing 3. So 3 could be coming up here like how we had before, or we could have completed 3 and potentially just finished 4. Now it could sell off over the next couple weeks, which the indicators, we're going to look at those because it doesn't look very likely, but we could sell off and retouched, one of these. Probably not going to touch that one, but maybe. Well, I have this on a logarithmic. Let me change this chart. Okay. That's why the trend lines were looking so funny. Worst case scenario, right, touch this trend line again. But I mean, based on the bullishness of these two candles, I don't really see that happening. That's why I was buying altcoins at this low, just because they were at their fib level, right? And then they were also in the dark area on the stochastic RSI that we talked about, so the probability of them bounce, and then bullish divergence too. So as long as we don't just sell off pretty close to where we're at, we should actually make a new high here. So if we close past probably this 70,000 level, most likely we're going to end up breaking to a new all-time high. Now we're going to see how we're going to play with this 100,000 level. Yeah, about 100,000 towards maybe September, October, or something like that. But normally when BTC breaks to a new all-time high, the altcoins start to really take off. Okay, so the weekly stochastic RSI has passed through the 20 line. Okay, this is really bullish. Right, if you were to take any kind of trade on Bitcoin, it's basically when it passes through this 20 line on the weekly. Okay, so 20 line on the weekly, 20 line on the weekly, 20 line on the weekly. Typically it goes up, especially in bull markets, right? So pass to the 20 line on the weekly, boom, big move up. Pass to the 20 line on the weekly, big move up. Pass to the 20 line on the weekly, big move up. Okay, the majority of the time that happens, it's pretty bullish. Let's see if the 2 week has done anything. I mean, 2 week does have a pretty strong wick here, so that's another bullish sign. And then the monthly, I mean, it may end up crossing by next month to actually start to move up here. So things look pretty good for Bitcoin. I mean, it can't really look much better at this point. Okay, so let's take a look at ICP. It's kind of the same thing on the monthly here. Daily. Okay, just a heads up. Some of these tokens look like they're putting in 5 waves. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, wherever that goes. If it turns around where we're at now, or it makes it up to this trend line, you should see some kind of an ABC pullback. Okay, so A, B can come all the way back down to this level, or it can just kind of go sideways for a week or two. You could see a wick or something like that, and then you would start your big impulse wave 3 to the upside. Boom, big move up. Okay, so that is kind of what I'm expecting, something to look like that. Could the correction have already been over? Potentially, but just be aware of that. So if this pulls back, that would be a good entry if you still have some money on the sidelines. If not, buying down here probably was the best option. Things can just completely take off. So weekly on ICP. Yeah, so you have a bullish engulfing candle here, and then you've got confirmation of just a strong green candle, good volume, right? So this should be a continuation to the upside. Now it can pull back within a week or so, but these two candles here are just an indication that, there's a whole bunch of buy pressure here. You have a big wick, bullish engulfing candle, another confirmation candle there. So this should start to ramp up really quick. It kind of already has. This thing went up. I think I bought some right at $6.20 or so, and that trade is already up like 75%, which is great. Okay, let's look at the monthly real quick, just see how it looks. Nothing super special there. Just wait till that closes. Hopefully we even close like above this candle. That would be nice. But so far things look really good for ICP. I did buy some DOGE for the first time ever. Okay, last cycle I did not. The last 2 cycles I didn't buy any Dogecoin. It was a very bad idea. So I am joining the Doge train. Now let's get rid of this. So basically what I posted in the Telegram is that this looks like a wave 1 here, and then you're going to do your wave 2 pullback, which stops probably on some type of support, and then starts to ramp up into wave 3. Okay, now if you look over here, you can do the Elliott wave from like wave 1 here, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Okay, so this wave right here is probably just somewhere within this range here. Yeah, I would just say somewhere around this range. Now it doesn't look exactly the same, and there's probably not going to be gains like this in this move. However, it still should be pretty good. So that went up 23,000%. So this one could do, I don't know, maybe a fourth of that. That brings that really high, like $5. I don't know. Either way, I bought some. I bought a large order, so we'll see how that goes. Looking at the indicator, or even the trend line break, we can put it on a daily real quick. So you've got your trend line break and a retest on the daily, so that's an entry where you would want to enter. if you look at the weekly, even if you pulled this back to here, you did close through it. Okay, this week, I figured that was going to happen. And then if you even drew the trend line out farther, you have your breakout candle, and then it's retested through and it got bought up here. So this could start to run very soon. And this thing just moves super, super quick. I mean, it just has like really big candles and then consolidates. Big candles, consolidates, big candle, consolidates, and then it just continues to run. So let's watch and see. I bet the weekly also closed through the 20 line. Yeah. Hang on one second, guys. I'll be right back. Somebody just called me. Sorry about that. Okay, I normally don't get phone calls that late at night. Alright, so there's Doge. I guess we can look at the MACD real quick and see. Yeah, these still haven't passed through on the MACD. Do you want to look at the hash ribbons for Bitcoin real quick? And then we'll go to another token. Hash ribbons aren't even close to crossing here. Okay, so I would feel more, I mean, you're a little overbought here, so we might have a little bit of a sell-off, but that's okay. Alright, so let's take a look at XRP. See if there's anything new here. So just like you have possibly 5 waves up, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then maybe an ABC correction, retesting this trend line. That would reset the daily indicators. So that is something to just be aware of. Now, it doesn't have to happen. But I mean, even this, I mean, you got this weekly bullish engulfing candle, you've got growing volume here. Way past through on the 20 line, and then the MACD's cross. So XRP could actually be a leading token in this next move. So we've had some time to accumulate. I think we put PayPay in XRP, if I remember correctly. I really wouldn't have that much XRP if I didn't do that. So XRP moves really fast. Whenever it starts moving, it moves really, really fast. So we are approaching the end of this pennant. as well. And so far it looks pretty good. So nothing really super special there. Let's look at XLM. Nothing super special on XLM. I mean, you have the bullish engulfing candle that completely engulfs, 4 of these weekly candles. You've passed through the 20 line on here, so hopefully this is just going to follow XRP. I have a whole bunch of XLM and just waiting for it to actually do something here. Litecoin has also passed its 20 line through the weekly. Let's look at BCH. BCH has also passed through its 20 line on the weekly. Let's actually look at BCH real quick. I mean, that looks like a breakout to me. I mean, I guess you could have done 5 waves up here and then you're going to retest some level here before a breakout, but it looks like it's probably going to start running. So let's put this down here for now. Okay, I mean, there's not much to cover on BCH, so once we break out of here, this is your next fib level, and then if we draw some kind of pennant formation, we could do it from the low end here and just see where that would bring. I mean, that's a ridiculous number. So we're just gonna have to watch the indicators once we break out of here, see how impulsive it gets, and then at the end of the cycle, just see where it's at. Looking at volume, I mean, the volume it's bigger volume than it's had ever. So somebody big was buying here, probably a big institution or something. You had a low volume pullback as well on this pullback, so this should actually do pretty well. Other than that, we can I think that covers pretty much everything. ADA's passed through the 20 line, a bunch of them have. It's had a breakout candle, a strong breakout candle for ADA. So you have your breakout and then a confirmation candle here. So maybe this comes back down to retest this level, maybe it doesn't, it just takes off. So just like over here, you break out, you come back down to retest the trend line, and then you start to run. But sometimes you don't really come down to retest it, right? So you have a trend line here, and you just break out and you just go. So this thing could just go, retest the top of this, and then take off. Alright guys, that covers pretty much all of the charts today, the main ones that we're looking at. If there's anything else I need to cover that I haven't been looking at, just let me know, and I'll cover it in the next video. So y'all have a good week, and I'll talk to you all on Thursday.